Hello, and welcome to Dungeons and Kingdoms. This is part of my Steam Next Fest for October 2025, and yes, it's that time again. So, expect a lot of demos on the channel over the next few days. I'll be playing quite a lot of them, having a good look at things. This is one of those that's, I think it might have been, I'm trying to think now when I put this on, but I put it onto my wish list a while ago. Honestly, I don't even remember doing so. But the Steam Next Fest, the first thing I did was look at demos for games that have come up on my wishlist, and this was there. So I refreshed my memory looking at it, and it's basically like a colony management sim, think in the realms of like RimWorld and that sort of thing. Where you basically build yourself a little village, but then you, in between doing that, go into and delve through these dungeons. And I guess the interesting thing is that you're going to be basically using your profits from the dungeons to make the village better and more prosperous, and you'll need like certain materials from the monsters there, the treasures and things to help with the growth of the town. It's made by a solo dev. You can read the little notice here that they've put there. A fella called Lincoln. So it is a solo dev, so expect expect that, yes, it is a work in progress. But we're going to see what's here. At the very least, it looks rather impressive to say that, again, it's made by a guy. But we'll get started. Let's have a look. We have Sandbox Get. So yeah, adventure, story. So this is just going to be go and manage your kingdom without following the main storyline. So this looks like it's just what's available in the demo. We'll go into the sandbox then. Select party. So next, back. What we've got then? A new life, the lone hero, Spinner's fate, three brothers, Queen Gutter Snipe. What? So it looks like, yeah, it's just these are, I guess, different scenarios, and we have different parties here. I see. This is like when you're on something like RimWorld, and you're picking like your first few characters. So we get Farahild Heddle, Sidden Heddle, and Halvig Heddle. So it looks like basically, and we're Thomas Strom. Well, actually, there's no H in his name, so I guess it's more like Thomas. You know, Old English Thomas. But yeah, it's Thomas and the Heddle family. Or we can go with Erica and the Heddle family. So basically, do you want to be a lad or a lass? We'll just go with the default. It looks like we've got some decent customization options. It's not like crazy good, but again, made by one guy. I'm just surprised that there's any customization of your character at all. I mean, it beats it beats something like The Division. I remember like playing loads of games where they have like a customization system that's probably not even as good as this, and they're like full-on AAA games. And the one I always think is The Division, because it was just absolutely awful. We'll go with a nice full head of hair. I tell you what, we'll be extremely blonde, and not that pale. Like there-ish. Because Strom to me sounds a bit more, you know, it sounds like a Viking. So we're gonna go with someone Viking looking, and we'll play. Right. H to toggle cursor on or off, or hold left control. Raise, lower the terrain using the terraforming features. Filter build pieces, buy props to add people, animals, buildings, and more to add life to your scenes. Press E to open close doors or climb ladders. Okay, some tips there. We'll see how this goes anyway. I'm expecting it to be very rough. I think the thing is, there's a lot of games like this that I think the last one I played, and I think I did it on one of the previous Steam Next Fest, was something called, I think it was like Asker or something, or... The war with the Orcs ended years ago. Some claimed victory, others grumbled about defeat. Fewer still claim the war never ended. No matter what no matter what you do know, is that it forever changed the kingdom and not for good. Now it is time to leave and make your own way. The war against the Great Orc Hordes ended 25 years ago. Since then, opportunities for a quality life have dwindled. Many struggled and suffered. Rumours have spread about the fabled sons of Ivaldi settling a new city far to the south. You sold what little you had and booked passage on a ship to go find out if the rumours were true. Here we go. So let's see how we go here then. I'll be honest, when they said we'd booked passage on a ship, I was expecting like an actual proper ship. This is a rowboat. Right. Looks like they're wanting to talk to us. Okay. It told us in the tips control to show what's here. Tag someone with the interaction key, E, to start dialogue. Different people may have different dialogue options or actions you can take. Press H, toggle the cursor on and off. Or, as I'm doing now, hold left control. Right. The Building Kingdom UI will show the cursor automatically when opened. Right. Okay, so we'll speak with this man. Turk Grumman. Hello there. Sorry to bother you, carry on. Do you have any advice on how I should get started? Main tutorial, right. Yes, I do have to get back to the ship to my ship before nightfall, so let's not waste any time. I brought a journal that I thought you might need, but as you know, books are expensive. Don't have any money. I gave you everything I had to pay for the voyage here. What do you want for it? I'll take the journal. I can figure out the rest of my own. Skip tutorial. Number 1. I know. How about you just take it? You can make it up to me later once we start trading, assuming you survive that long. Agreed and thank you. We'll begin the tutorial then. Right. Press J to open the journal. Oop. Let's see what this says then. This book for Carry On You contains notes about current quests, summarises game info with common key bindings, help on various topics. When in doubt of what to do, check your journal. Okay. Right. Press K to open the Kingdom UI. You can assign jobs and manage production in various workplaces. Click the Jobs button. Select Gather a Workplace, assign a gatherer, open the journal again, and then open Build. So we want to start by pressing K. Okay. People, summary, jobs. Click the Jobs button, set Gather a Workplace. So jobs, Set the gatherer workplace. Okay, I mean, I clicked on it. Gatherer. Add worker. I signed the gatherer. What next? Unlock 6 quest objectives. Excellent. Your gatherer will be collecting stones and branches. They will need somewhere to put them. You don't have the tools to build any crates, but you can always select a point where workers can drop off items. Go ahead and build a drop-off point, then come talk to me when you're done. Okay. Let's open this up then. Build UI with B. Village. We need a drop-off point. Ah, so... At the moment, this is all the things we can build. We can make dirt foundation, wood palisade, all these different wooden pieces, and we can do a drop-off point for any type of resources, a bundle where workers can add and remove branches, log stacks, small wooden crates, reed bundles, log benches, and a campfire. Right, so for now, what we probably want to do is do something like a drop-off spot. Ooh, this kind of sucks a bit, doesn't it? Right. Yeah, so let's see. Build UI. There are 4 styles of build pieces. Village, which is mostly wood and thatch. Town, mostly plaster and stone. Castle, mostly fortified stone. Blueprints, save plans for any combination of styles. Each style has some predefined categories such as stairs, doors, walls. Build pieces can also be filtered by selecting a tag, filtering by text matches on the name and description, or build piece ID. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of... Terraform is currently free in sandbox mode. Okay. Click the construction menu in the build UI to commit your build plan to convert it into a job for workers. Begin construction. I think it's built, right? I mean, they're dropping it all off, so presumably. Right. I think the issue here is that once you've opened that menu up, you can't look around or move the camera. So you had best be looking in the area where you want to build the thing. And this tip keeps coming up. Right, let's try building. Well, all of this, I hope it all snaps. And then we're going to build on top of this. Let's see. Wall. We have wood wall end roof, wood wall door, wood wall window. There isn't just a wall. Oh no, there is, but it's unlocked in player skills. Apparently we're not skilled enough to build wooden walls yet. Okay, this will be odd. Let's try with this then. I will say at least it's at least the building and stuff is actually somewhat functional. We'll build a house, I guess, out of windows. Because we're apparently stupid. Right. The problem now is that to make the... Yeah, to make a, like, pointy triangle bit along the top here. Hang on, will that work? Oh, how do I delete? Oh crap, how do I delete? Ah, so we can just cancel the build plan. Well, then that gets rid of all of it. You know what? That might be the delete. Let's try this. If I put this here, and then I press the equal sign while looking at it. Ah, there you go. Okay. I've got it figured out. I think. And this looks flat enough. We might not need the foundation here. Possibly. Oh, we can do scroll. Show full model during placement. Alternate rotation, snap points. Okay, toggle free cam on and off, F3. Hey, we can move around while we're building. There we go. Glad I looked at the controls on the right side. Okay. So let's start by just positioning the camera up here. Oh. Hang on. You turn the camera off and... Right, okay. Okay, let's toggle... Yeah, toggle cursor with H. And we'll build a house. We'll do a 3x3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We haven't unlocked walls yet. We've only got window walls, so we'll just do this. Door and door frame, door. Can we put stairs going up to the door? I guess we don't need them because it's not snapping them on. So we'll work under that assumption. Let's see what we need a window on here, don't we? So this is good for 2x2, actually. So maybe we make this a 2x2. Right. It'll be good enough. That said, I'm putting that there, but where's like the actual roof? Wood wall end beam. Roof A chimney. Okay. Right, let's try rotation. Boop. 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 And boop. Boop and boop. Okay. Begin construction. Close build menu. I'm still in free cam mode. There we go. I don't know what that's for, but I've placed it down. Right. Next thing to build is dirt foundation. Okay. Let's go to kingdom management, I guess. Jobs. Foragers. The hints need to go away. Add worker. And harvester. Add worker. Right. Let's have a look at the journal. Open build UI. Filter by village and storage. Select open storage. Place open storage. Start construction. Okay. So it wants me to build some open storage to go with my house. So village. Storage. Open storage. I've already built this. Let's go into this. And I guess we'll just place it next to the other one for now. There. Get rid of this. Begin. What next? Unlocks 5 objectives. Right. You should get someone working as a handcrafter to create some simple tools. I'll check my journal for the steps involved. Right. Journal. Kingdom UI, jobs, handcrafter, assign handcrafter worker. Okay. Kingdom, jobs. I guess we're not going to be able to harvest trees yet, so I guess we'll stop them there and we'll put them on handcrafting. Your villagers need food, shelter and comfort. A simple way to provide comfort is building a campfire that becomes a place your villagers can warm themselves, cook food and have a place to gather and socialise, and an acceptable place to sleep despite being outdoors. Building a campfire is similar to how you created the storage, except this time someone needs to construct it. Right, I'll accompany you for this in case you have more questions. Right. Okay, we will go journal. Get rid of the constant hints popping up. Build a village and campfire. Place it. Start construction. Plan post. Sign a builder for the new construction post. New construction project. Pick up 2 branches. Handcrafting items requires you to have items in your inventory. Right. So village. Camp. Campfire. Begin construction. Build plan post. Next time to build a new construction project. Okay. Jobs. This will be the campfire because it requires nowhere near the amount of crap. Right, we need to get rid of a worker. We'll get rid of the forager and we'll add a worker. Mention showing me how to handcraft tools. 4 quest objectives have been unlocked. Most of the other adults can craft simple tools by hand. You'll need to have the required resources and tools. If you're carrying anything you don't need, just drop it for now. Everything you can craft is made up from something else, which can be reduced to natural resources. Some items require a tool. You'll know what you need when you try to craft something. Just get started and pay attention to what you need. You'll need a wood mallet. You'll need 2 branches. Use player actions menu. Hold E. Select player handcrafting wood mallet. Okay, so we need 2 branches. Now the question is, how do we craft a branch? Oh. Aha. Okay, if I literally hold E and look at this, and then through the worst UI ever, and then we can pick them up. Right, okay. Not talk to him, just look at nothing. And I should be able... Oh, X... Oh, hold X for player actions. Right, X. Handcrafting. Wood mallet. Did I make the wooden... Oh, they're making the wooden mallet. And our twigs have become a hammer. Lovely. We have evolved. Right. J for journal. Boop. 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 Holster all items. Press G to holster. Right. Okay. All items shortcut is G. Shortcuts to equip weapons and tools are left square bracket to holster the next left hand item. Right square bracket to holster the next right hand item. Place a wooden foundation. Open the building foundation. Quick level wood foundation. Place at least 1 piece. Most buildings start with foundation. Other build pieces such as floors, walls, and roofs will snap to foundations. Place a dirt floor. Place a wood log roof. Start construction. Right, so I've gotten ahead of myself. We should probably, if we can, I can't do anything with that. Right, firstly, let's stow our item. Oh, mallet. He's given us more. Near that campfire is good, but indoors is better. Let's get over the basics of building a house. Okay. Oh, someone's glitching out. Okay, this is going to be a whole thing. Right. Wood foundations, build piece 3104. Right, firstly, is it possible to... No, I can't cancel a build plan from here. Start a building... Start building to start a build plan. Yeah, so if maybe from the kingdom menu, we can go to jobs, we can go to build site. Maybe we can get rid of it from there. You know what? We'll just start a new one. Right. We'll start a house over here. So it wants us to place a wood foundation, build piece 3104. Foundation, wood foundation, build piece 3104, yep. Let's say that this is where the door will be. Now why won't it let me, don't know why it won't let me place it there, but whatever. Um, 3 to go into free cam mode. There we go. Right. Then it wants... Okay, J. Go to the right bit. Dirt floor. 1201. Wood log roof. And that's 710. So 1201 and then 710. Right, so I was probably doing this a bit wrong before. We are going to need those walls now. And it'll be nothing but windows again. Just wonderful. And one. And well, let's me rotate it. There we go. There. Right. Why can we not place... and beam it? maybe if I get rid of these walls, well, not walls, the roof, put the end one bits in. You know what? Let's just go to... Where is it now? All. There we go. Maybe I need these bits in first, yeah. That'd make a lot of sense. Right, try that. Let's make sure that we're doing this all correctly, because God forbid we don't do it all in the correct order, or the quests won't do. So yeah, start construction, build, place build plan post. Okay. Right. Okay. End wall bits. Boop. Boop. Try these again. There we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now can we put those little stairs on? Is the question. No. Of course we can't. Right. Okay. Oh, and we need to finalize this. Put down a post. Then we need to read the next part of the quest. Some place pieces can be moved. These include the build plan post, open storage. You cannot move build pieces that require construction, as they instead need to be deconstructed, which isn't available in the demo. To begin moving a build piece, target it with a cursor and press and hold the action key, which is E. Bring up the context menu, click move. This will put the build piece into move mode, like the first time you are placing it. Right. Okay. Move the place build plan post to a new location. Then okay, we can do that. Right, let's get out of this mode first. Move object. But should I assign someone to construct the new building? That's the idea. But for now, let's have you construct the first build piece. You activate build pieces by interacting with the build plan. Your villagers do the same. Go activate a build piece now. Then bring resources to the build piece and interact with it to apply them. Walk up to the build plan you just placed and interact with it. Press E to get instructions, carry resources, and interact with it again to apply them. Okay. That's probably why you're having to craft the one. Yeah, okay. The entire build plan will show up in faded blue. Activated build pieces will show up in faded colour when you walk up close to them. You'll be able to see all the activated build pieces when you are close. Okay, so we just walk up and activate it, apparently. Okay. Yeah, they need labour and usually a tool. For example, making a dirt floor requires a shovel and effort to flatten the area. Right. Oh, we've apparently somehow acquired a log. I have no idea how we're going to get this done, but sure. So do I just interact with this? Apparently not. Ah, I see. Add resource. And that's where we use our hammer. Okay. But I think I've now activated like 3 of the build pieces, because I thought that's what I were meant to do to add things to it, but whatever. Problem here is I have no idea how to say, you know, make an axe and get the logs myself, so I'm just kind of hoping that the villagers eventually figure this out for me. Right. But hey, as long as we build 1 build piece, that'll tick off the objective, even if I don't really get what's going on. Right. You can if you have someone available. First, let's reassign your handcrafter to harvesting. Don't I need to keep them crafting tools? By now you should have the tools you need to get started. If you don't, you can craft what you need. Okay. So kingdom, jobs, handcrafter, remove, and assign a harvester. I can craft more tools. Okay. You'll need an axe. It's more complicated than a hammer since it requires you to have a chisel and is made up of a branch and some stones. You'll need a chisel first. Craft one if you can find one in storage. You'll need 2 pieces of stone for that. Then find or craft a simple axe handle and a stone axe head. Then combine them together to make a stone axe. You can always look in my journal for more instructions. Stone axe head. Right. Okay. So if I press G, is that going to store that? No. Right. Well, there goes a tree. Handcrafting. I need a chisel. Oh, pick up into inventory. Right. Pick up into inventory. Right, so I've got a bunch of rocks. Player, actions, no, handcrafting, stone chisel. Okay, we seem to be making a stone chisel. Right, so I've got a chisel, I've got an axe head. Okay, let's drop, oh, there's a saving. Okay, let's drop left bundle and pick this up. And then let's handcraft an axe handle. There's my chisel, there's my wood. Did they just come and nick my axe head, by the way? Did they literally just come and steal that from me? Okay. Axe handle. Right, so we need stone, and I think I need 2, don't I? Pick up. Damn. Right. Player. Handcraft. Stone axe head. God damn it. Okay, let's hurry this along. We've got that, we've got... They're gonna nick my handle, aren't they? You little... Right, I'm gonna have to follow them, because they've stolen my things twice. Like, where are they taking it? What are they doing? Give that back. Give. Oi. You've stolen my things. I need my axe handle. The hell are you doing? Right, they're gathering stuff. Are they just gonna, like, bring all these back then to the gathering post? Let's see what they do. They're dropping them all off. Which one of these? That... Oh god, have they all gone through the floor? Oh dear. No, don't pick it up. Oh. Has it crashed? Have we died? Oh god. Okay, we've found... Oh, we've found out how to do inventory somehow. I don't even know how I opened that up. Ah! Okay, I've apparently somewhere in my... Oh, is that the stuff on the floor that I can see on the left? Hang on. Right hip holster, left hip holster, left hand arm. Oh. Hmm. Ah, I see. Right hand is there. Right, there we go. Now I just have to figure out how to... How do I come off this menu? I have no idea how I got here. I think I just held E for a very, very long time. And then it kind of happened. Or was it X? Player, actions, handcraft. Well, we can do the stone axe. Right click to cancel player action. Okay. Maybe it was... Okay, I is inventory. I have no idea how I got that to show up at any point before then. Maybe it's because I looked at the gathering spot or something and maybe I interacted with it or something. Who knows? I've got here anyway. Right. Walk up to any tree, start swinging. Right, let's chop a tree down. Wonderful. We're now at the starting point of Minecraft. This is taking a while. Do I have to like go to the other side? Now, is this like some sort of weird voxel-based tree destruction physics that are going on here? Because it's not going down. I'm wondering if it's a case of like, I have to do X amount of damage to the tree to knock it down, or if I actually have to, like, completely sever it, you know, like, against sort of like weird voxel destruction tech that's going off here. Right, and a bit closer, I have to kind of like, yeah, I'm trying to swing about there, yeah. There we go. Don't get hit by it. Right. Well, I mean, it's hard to see because it's like closing on night time, but yeah, that is a you know, air quotes felled tree. Certainly is as it hovers in the air. Right, let's see what we've got. Start bucking and limbering a tree. Cutting a fallen tree into logs and limbing. Limbing is done by interacting with the fallen tree. Target a fallen tree, press E. This will change the player into NPC mode, and then they will automatically finish the process. Right. Speak with Turk Gunman. Magic. Literally magic. We've got our telekinetic axe here. We're going to chop the tree into bits. Yeah. What probably wants to happen here is that the tree probably wants the leaves to lose their collision model. Like the collision model of the leaves should be deactivated as it falls, so that it lands on its trunk. It does mean the leaves will clip through the ground, but no one's really going to notice or care, so... Oh! Every time that happens, I think it's about to crash. There we go. That's one. I'm guessing he's going to do another section now. Yep. So when it says NPC mode, it literally means like it's going to just play a big canned animation while it does the work for you. Right. I'm hoping before the end of this we can actually like at least see the dungeon before we call it quits on the demo. Because supposedly the whole point of this is that you build this village and then like go into dungeons to discover like useful items that you can use in your village to make it better. And that's like the really big aspect that I'm looking forward to. I'm like, okay, so all of this is to essentially get to the dungeon part, which is what will make this unique. You know, the idea of tying a colony sim and a dungeon crawler together. But so far we're seeing nothing but the colony management. Anyway, let's see how we go. I'm assuming the actual dungeon would be a lot better than this, because making like a RPG combat system, it's actually nowhere near as hard as a colony manager. This requires like all these like building and placement things and lots of other tech going on, you know, and like NPCs and like management systems. Whereas the dungeon combat requires a dungeon, some enemies, and a basic melee combat system. It's substantially easier to make something like that than it is to make the colony management part. So I would imagine that that part is probably a lot more polished and a lot better. Honestly, this part could honestly do with like a skip button where it just like speeds up the action and the game speed just goes up by like 2 or 3 times while you're doing this. If you press like a little fast forward button, it could definitely do with that. But I suppose once you've, you know, harvested the first tree or two, your actual character will probably never need to do this ever again. So I guess there is that that argument here to it. Anyway, we'll let it play out. Then we're probably going to want to head back and get the campfire lit because, yeah, it is very much getting dark. But yeah, so far again, it's to keeping in mind that it's by one person, it's quite impressive. But as for will it beat other games in this sort of genre, like the one that immediately comes to mind is Enshrouded, which is like head and shoulders above where this game is at the moment. It's much further ahead, but again, impressive for one person, but I do worry that it's not going to go anywhere because, again, you look at like competition. I imagine they probably started developing this before Enshrouded was really a thing, which is always the problem when you're running a one-man band. If you've not got loads of developers with you, it takes really long to do anything, and by the time you get there, someone can steal your thunder, which is likely what's happened here. Right, have we finished? It's nearly there, I think. There we go, the last few parts, done. Oh, I'm not pressing the right buttons. I was pressing E and F rather than W and D then. Right, let's get the hell back to the camp. Oh, and he can store that on his back, that's good. Okay, can we... Yes, light fire. Okay, here we go. Right. We will then, let's see, look at our journal. Where are we? We need to speak to him again. Oh, and J and talk. Search by you, okay. Anything else you can show me? Not at the moment, you have plenty to do already. Don't forget to keep your food supply up. You can assign a forager if you don't want to do it yourself. You know how to craft tools, design buildings, assign jobs, harvest resources, listen to your villagers and go ask them if they need anything. You may want to make your way to the volcano to the north at some point. You can also see if you can make contact with the dwarves. Yes. I'll leave that for you to decide to yourself. Just be careful venturing too far from the shore. There are creatures here that you likely don't want to encounter, not yet at least. And here's a small reward for making it through to the end. Skill points advance skill level. Each skill level grants some free abilities and access to others you can unlock by learning points. You can earn skill points and learning points by simply using the related skill. For example, to increase your building skill, you just keep building things. Thank you. Okay. Collect reward 20 skill points, 20 builder learning points. I don't know the difference between them, but sure. Right. I just wanted to have a word again. You look worried, what's wrong? On our way here, two of my crew set off to survey an abandoned mine. They were due back, but there's been no sign. What can we do? It's about a day's travel on foot to the south. Just follow the coastline. You'll see a path leading inland to the mine entrance. You can't miss it. I'll set off right away then. Demo will end while this quest is finished. Where's Waldemar? Uh-oh. Okay, we're departing on the quest. Oh, so rather than like just physically walking there, I'm guessing this might be like a level he's made so that you can just experience the dungeoning separate from the sandbox and things. I'm guessing that the intention in the end is to just have like an open world, maybe. That would probably make the most sense. But we'll see. Okay. H toggle cursor off. Use hostile items. Yeah, we read all them before. Right. He said to follow the coastline, heading south. But that said, I'm guessing we're probably meant to just follow this conveniently laid out path. Like, he said follow the coast, but my gamer senses say follow the road. So we'll have a look. It is meant to be a mine, so I'm assuming that the coast with, presumably in that loading screen, followed the coast south for a day, like he said. Yeah, that does look like the abandoned mine. We'll head in. Right. Let's finish this tutorial then. V to enter combat stance. It would be useful if my guy would equip his actual axe. One moment. Ah! Lag. Well, it's not lag, but you know what I mean. It's getting framey. Okay, maybe like G unholsters. Nope, nope. Maybe if we just put it in... Oh, it is in our right hand. Right hand. There we go. I remember the tutorial saying something about brackets. So bracket button unholsters. Get ready to be felled, goblin. I've been practicing on trees this entire time. We are immediately dead. Holy crap. I feel like this has been like an hour building up to a punchline that is, hey, yeah, the combat system doesn't really work yet, and GG. Anyway, that's Dungeons and Kingdoms. I think it's, yeah, very clearly extremely rough. Interesting seeing that, you know, something made by just a person, probably like a little passion project. Obviously, you compare it to other things in the genre, it would be unfair to, but that is the reality of the situation. You know, it's like, well, the nearest thing I can think of to this in the past few years that is probably going to be like its main competition will be something like Enshrouded, which, needless to say, blows it out of the water. But essentially, I'd say if it's wanting to become, you know, if they're wanting to make it playable, essentially, I think the main issues is like the UI for for like crafting things in your inventory at the moment is like I'd honestly just have like a player crafting menu, because and it's such a weird thing. Like one of the most downloaded mods for Minecraft. Like, as much as people go on about the cool intuitive crafting system and that you just place the items in the little things and it's all like that. It's intuitive and it's cool and nifty. And no, like one of the most downloaded mods is one that basically just like gives you a list of craftable items, and you just click on them, and if you've got the resources, it builds them. So it's basically a crafting menu. There are many different versions of this. I believe that the console versions of Minecraft just have that. Sometimes you really don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just have a crafting... It's just reasonable to just have an inventory and a crafting menu. And then you can do the little animation of him crafting when you press the craft button, by all means, you know. But probably just start off with like yeah, just start with. I mean, even if you're like, okay, you have to carry the items, but I'd still just work off of the crafting menu, because at least then people can see how much they need of something. I'd also say my other big criticism would be the journal. Completed objectives should be filtered out, so you're not having to tab through the journal constantly. So the journal probably wants reworking. In addition, you want the ability to see your current objective on the left-hand side of the screen or so, somewhere around there. Somewhere where it's not going to be in the way of the menus, and it needs to show while you're in said menus. Like, if I've got an objective to build something, I want to be able to see that objective while I'm in the build menu, so I can just quickly go, okay, where is the thing I need to build? Click, right, I need this. Just little quality of life things, and it's one of those things, like, one thing you often forget when you play like a big AAA game is like the sheer amount of polish and quality of life stuff that's in there that you don't even really notice, but you do notice when it's not there. And that's always the problem that you're going to have with like small projects like this. It's all those little quality of life things that are just there in other games, you realise like, oh god, that all has to be put in. And yeah, there's a lot of it, lots of little things like that. And again, things like the tree needing to lose the collisions on the leaves so that it falls flat on the ground rather than floating in midair because the branches are propping it up. It would almost make more sense, like, for just when it to hit the ground, for like loads of the branches to, like, for the branches to just fall off and leave like loads of like piles of leaves and just branches around the trunk, around the trunk of the tree. If you're not okay with it just clipping, with the leaves just clipping through the ground or whatever. But probably just the easiest solution is to, yeah, just remove the collision from the leaves and the branches. Just let it fall flat, and then the animation will sync up probably, and it'll look all right. Because I think it like removes them as you go along as well, doesn't it? So it's. But yeah, the building actually, I'm actually surprised with how the building is pretty decent. Like it's functional, which I would have sworn would have been the hardest part about this. Like that and the NPC management systems would probably be the hardest part of making this, because it's always going to be the colony management stuff. But yeah, it seems to work surprisingly well. But the controls aren't as intuitive as you would think. The problem is you have to constantly toggle between the free cam and then placing things, whereas you should be able to just kind of be placing things whilst in the free cam, pretty much. Like building should almost just like put you in a free cam automatically, and allow you to just place things and do stuff like that. You know, within certain restrictions. You know, you'd clamp the camera to not being able to like move too high, too far away from the player, that sort of thing, so that they can't use the thing as to be like, okay, let's do this with, you know, I'll just go into the build menu and then I'll be able to literally like send the camera off like a scouting drone. You don't want it to be too ridiculous, but yeah. Then combat, I have no idea. I hit a goblin twice with an axe, then he one-tapped me. I think there definitely needs to be some kind of tutorial before you go on that quest, where either part of the tutorial is that guy should say, look, I need you to go and check on my man. Here, I'll give you this leather armor and sword to help you on this quest, you know, as payment. Or something like that, or just a tutorial on making your own armor and gear. Though, given that it's taken an hour for me to put down a log to build part of my house, I suspect it may want to be just give the player something at this point in the game, just so that they've got something before they head into the mines. seen as, you know, a tutorial on building your own, I imagine like, oh my god, it'll require like a blacksmith and a bunch of other villagers and a whole heaping pile of stuff before we get to that stage. It might be like, you don't want to put the player just in colony building mode for like 5 hours. Like, if the point is to be dungeoning, you know, a bit of dungeoning, bit of colony management, kind of switching between the two, it's like, how much of one do you want to be doing compared to the other, and how often should we be getting the player to do something? I'd even consider having the player like start out by, you know, oh, we've just landed on the island, oh no, there's wolves or something that we need to fend off, just to give like a taste of combat early on so they're not starved of it for an hour plus, just to add some more interest. And then the wolves meat could, you know, act as their early game meat supply. Something along those lines, I don't know. But overall, like I said, it's impressive for one person, better than much I could be able to do, unless I were to literally dedicate many years of my life to this sort of thing. But anyway, that is Dungeons and Kingdoms. If you're interested, I would probably recommend just, you know, give it a wish list, look it up now and then. It looks like it'll be a long way before any kind of release date on it. And as I mentioned, other similar games that you would be looking for if you like the idea of this, but it looks a bit rough, maybe Enshrouded might be more your speed. Anyway, this is part of my coverage of the Steam Next Fest. We'll have more on the channel. I hope to keep you entertained. I hope to keep watching on this. So if you want to keep up with these demos and the ones that I check out, just keep an eye out on the channel, drop a subscribe. I'll be putting them all into a playlist by the end, so you can just watch through them all. I do this with every Steam Next Fest. And I hope to see you in the next video. I'll see you then.